Today we're going to do a video of our top 10 holiday destinations. The way that it's going to work is that we have 10 different categories and they all have to be places that we've been to. We don't know each other's answers yet, but I'm going to read them out and we're going to see what the other one comes up with. Also, we're not allowed to say the same thing. So if he says his place and it's the same one I was thinking, I have to come up with a different one.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting and quite difficult. But
So
we'll see.
We've decided that we don't have to have both been to that place together, but the person who says it has to have been to that place, apart from the last question, which you'll see why.
Ooh, suspense.
We're also going to be adding in some pictures and stuff from our holidays and in these places, so let's get into it.
Yeah, let's give it a go.
Okay, number 1, top city break.
Okay, so this one was quite difficult for me. Probably difficult for you as well. So for me, my top city break would be Melbourne.
Ah,
Melbourne
okay.
City.
Melbourne, Australia.
Yeah, because it's just a mix of different architecture and layout that I really liked. So, and that would be my top city break, would be Melbourne, Australia. I really liked it.
Wow. I've gone for New York. So New York was the first holiday we ever had together, or first proper holiday.
Yeah.
Where Will wasn't working. So yeah, I loved New York. The skyscrapers, the busyness, Central Park, the food, like everything about it was just really cool for me. So it was somewhere that I had wanted to go for a long time. So when we went, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
Right, number 2. Top relaxation destination.
You go first on this one.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Hamilton Island in Queensland, Australia. It's an island off the coast of Queensland and it's near the Great Barrier Reef and it's just absolutely stunning. There's beautiful beaches, there's coral reefs there. I went snorkeling there and saw sea turtles and manta rays. It was just the most relaxing holiday I've ever been on.
So my top relaxation destination would be Iceland. It's got everything you want. It's quite expensive, but the best place there is definitely the Blue Lagoon. It just blows your mind. You go from being absolutely frozen to getting into the place, and then you're like in a nice bath. Basically, it's about 30 degrees at its warmest, and the clay silica sand that's at the bottom of it is really good for your skin and facials and stuff. And it's just really enjoyable. And they have this like rainfall shower. Yeah, it's just
I haven't been there. I really want to go.
It's so good, so good.
Number 3, best place for food.
I've like shoved myself in the foot a little bit because I was going to say the place that I said for the best city break for best food. I didn't really think this one through. So for best food, the second best food.
So Melbourne has the best food of all the places you've been to. Will has travelled loads because he works on cruise ships. So Melbourne's the best place for food?
Yeah, I like the food there. It's really good. Good mix of food in Melbourne. But anyway,
I think it's really good.
For my top pick, other than Melbourne, because I've already picked it, it would be Hawaii.
Nice.
They have quite a cool range of diverse foods that I haven't tried before, and that was good.
I'm not counting Hawaii as a place I've been to. I've been to Hawaii, but I was 4, so I only remember really tiny bits of it. But I would love to go back. So my top place for food would be Italy. I've been to Venice, so I guess Venice. But I would love to travel to all parts of Italy and try the food because the food in Venice was pretty good, but I imagine it's quite touristy.
It's the only place in Italy that I haven't been.
They just have really beautiful like pasta and all sorts of things. Like it's just, I love Italian food. So
Good
4, place with the most breathtaking scenery. Okay, I'm gonna say Geiranger Fjord in Norway. Is that what you were gonna say?
Yeah.
No, you have an amazing one. Don't even start with me. So Geiranger Fjord in Norway was honestly like out of this world. It was so beautiful. I went there on a cruise with Will when he was working, and yeah, it was just jaw-droppingly beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was awesome. I loved it so much. Like, it looked spectacular.
Yeah, it was just, it's one of my favourite ever ports that I've been on a cruise, and one of my favourite ever places I've been, because it's just hard to find anything like it. I mean, there's other fjords around the world, obviously. You know, we've been to New Zealand and stuff, to Milford Sound and that sort of thing, and that is stunning as well. But there's something about Gerenga Fjord that is just, like, it's in its own little world. It's like its own little bubble, and it's so peaceful and beautiful.
So my best one for scenery is the Hubbard Glacier in Alaska. I was really fortunate that while I was working, I was able to see that, and it's something that I'll always remember. It was absolutely fantastic to see it, and just the sound is just so peaceful. There was just, my cruise ship was in at the time, there was no other cruise ships, and the only thing you could hear, which is a bit sad at the same time, was the ice falling off and going into the water. And
was it really loud?
Yeah,
like that cracking sound.
It proper echoed around where the bay that we were in, and it was so clear. Yeah, it was just absolutely awesome. I
thought you would say that.
It was, thoroughly enjoyed it.
Number 5 is the best place to visit at Christmas time.
So for me, it's got to be Bruges.
That was one of mine. I have another one.
Yeah, for me, it has got to be Bruges. Like, admittedly, that's really the only place I've gone during Christmas time that's not in the UK. So, that again was on a cruise. Meg was really fortunate that she could join me as well. Yeah,
it's beautiful.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Very cold.
It's cold. It's proper Christmassy. They go absolutely to town with the decorations, Christmas market, the smell of...
The square where the market is.
Yeah, the smell of hot chocolate, waffles is like absolutely ridiculous.
I'm a little bit torn with mine, but I think I'm going to have to say London.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's
cool. I
cool.
loved London at Christmas. Last year, we did a bit of a mini break in London for Christmas, and we did Winter Wonderland and just, you know, walked like Oxford Street and...
Yeah, we did a lot of walking.
Was it Regent Street?
Regent Street.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And it was just amazingly atmospheres. So yeah, if you're local, like if you're in the UK, I would recommend London at Christmas. Awesome. Number 6 is place that you could visit over and over again. I'm gonna say Paris.
Paris.
Mm-hmm. I love Paris. I don't know what it is about it. I just I don't know. I just don't get bored of it. There's always something to see there, and the architecture there is really beautiful. And there's just a lot of history. So
I've never been to Paris.
You need to go. It's just a really pretty city. It's just such a beautiful place to walk around. So I think that's why I would never get tired of it.
Mine is South Korea.
Really?
Yeah, I really enjoyed South Korea. I got off, I can't remember the city that I got off in, but I went on a crew tour, and we went and looked at all of their temples, and the culture and the history was so interesting to me.
He's been to so many places that he doesn't always talk about them that much. Like he'll say, "Oh, I went here today, and I went there today." But yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
Really,
I'd love to
it.
go.
Like South Korea is so diverse.
7, best location on a budget.
Okay, so for me, the best location on a budget would have to be Malta. Now, in saying that, it's not the cheapest place ever to go, but you get everything you want. You've got beaches, you've got a bit of history there, a lot of history actually. Like the letter itself is like one city that you could spend 2 or 3 days going around. They're really well serviced with budget airlines and stuff, but you can get all-inclusive deals and you won't want anything else. Like you have really nice scenery to look out from your hotel, and everyone there is really, really friendly. And I've had many holidays there with my family, and we absolutely love it. What about you? What's yours?
My top holiday on a budget would have to be Estepona in Spain.
Nice.
Yeah. So it is probably 40 minutes to an hour south down the coast from Malaga. And like Will's, it's not maybe the cheapest holiday in the world, but you can do it for a pretty good price. So I went with some friends once, and I think there was four of us. And it cost us like £175 or something like that for flights and accommodation for 5 nights, and then we spent hardly anything on food because food is really good and really well priced there, and the beach is beautiful, the weather is beautiful, there's mountains that you can go hiking in, and little shops and laneways and churches, and there's just so much there to see, and it's really close to, like I said, Malaga and also Gibraltar. Number 8 is best splurge location. This one was kind of difficult for me because I don't like go crazy that much. But I guess if you're talking about from the UK, I would probably say Auckland, like New Zealand.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, the reason that I put New Zealand or Auckland as my splurge, one, it's not the cheapest place. Like food and stuff
it's expensive.
is fairly expensive. Staying there in general is quite expensive. And obviously from the UK, the flights are expensive and really long. The scenery in New Zealand is beautiful. For me, I love it because it reminds me of home. So it's really similar to Australia in like the stuff that they have, like you can buy the same foods and snacks and stuff that I miss from home. And yeah, the way of life is just kind of similar.
So my best splurge location would be Bora Bora in French Polynesia. It was absolutely awesome. The time that I spent there was the best. The only thing that I would say is you got to err on the side of caution. You've got to make sure you're covered head to foot in suntan lotion because that sun is evil. I was unfortunate.
British.
I was unfortunate to come out on the wrong side of it. I went in the sea, it was really warm, came out and went back on board the ship, and I was like a lobster.
Like, I burn really easily, but I'm prepared for it because I grew up in Australia. So I'm like, slip, slop, slap, kids. And he's just like, I'll be fine.
You don't feel it, or I didn't feel it at all.
But like, it's the same in Australia. So like, it can be completely overcast and you will be burnt to a crisp.
Yeah.
So, number 9, best staycation location.
Oh. So for me, this is quite difficult, obviously, because I was brought up in the UK, so I've got quite a few different places. The best staycation location for me would be St David's in Wales.
Literally never even heard of that.
It's the smallest city in the UK.
Ah, okay. I've never heard you talk about that.
Have I not?
No.
St David's, it's really nice, little Welsh city, awesome views, beach was nice. Yeah, it was just a really nice holiday. It was actually one of the holidays that it didn't rain, which made things a bit better.
I think for me, my favourite place in the UK for a little trip is probably Bath.
Yeah, I like that.
We did a little staycation weekend in Bath and it was just so pretty. Cool. We'd walk up the canal and into the city.
Yeah, that was a really good hotel.
It's such a beautiful place as well.
Yeah.
It has a bit of everything. There's like, the thermal baths, and there's history with the Roman baths there, and just really, like, I love architecture. Like, the architecture is just stunning there. And really good shopping. And food.
It was really good. Like, again, nice architecture, nice environment.
That's another good place in Christmas, except it's so crowded.
Yeah, the Bath.
Like,
Christmas
it felt more crowded than London. And I'm sure it wasn't, but it's just because you're kind of in a more confined space.
Yeah, that one I enjoyed, but it was a bit too crowded. That was my only problem there. Like,
number 10 is a place that we haven't been to before because it is our top bucket list location. This is really difficult for me because I have so many. Like, my bucket list is a mile long. But I think I'm gonna go with the Maldives.
Ooh.
I love a beach.
The Maldives is really nice.
Yeah. Everything that we've seen, it just looks so, so beautiful. And I love those kind of holidays, like our relaxation one. Hamilton Island for me was like, I was just so chilled out when I was there. So I think, you know, one of those overwater bungalows, which we can't afford.
With the pool that goes into the sea.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
For me, I really want to go to Tokyo.
Oh, same.
Never been to Tokyo, so that would be...
You didn't go when you were on your ship?
No, didn't get a chance to get into Tokyo.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Gutted because I was like right there, and I could have got a bullet train. Kind of chickened out a little bit. I didn't want to get lost and not get back to the ship because I didn't have much time.
Fair.
So
it's hard when you're on a time schedule and like literally you might lose your job if you don't get back in time.
That's the only downside.
So that is each of our top 10 travel destinations.
Yeah.
By the categories that we came up with. Well, there could have been so many more on this list.
Yeah, this list for me was like really difficult.
Difficult to narrow down.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did this because we really love to travel and we are really missing it right now.
Yeah, it's quite difficult. And it was quite nice to look back through some photos and to see different things. That was quite cool.
Definitely.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know where you've been as well. That'd be really interesting to see where you guys have all been to.
Or if you're dreaming about a particular place to travel after lockdown lifts, put it in the comments below.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting to see what you guys have booked as well during this lockdown. But yeah, thank you so much and we'll see you on the next one.
See you later.
Bye.